Welcome back to Aviation News for the half week of April 9th to April 11th, 2020. On this day, April 11th in 1952, Pan Am Flight 526 Alpha, a Douglas DC-4, suffered an engine failure and ditched in the Atlantic 11 miles north of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Sadly, 52 out of the 69 on board die. The U.S. has reapproved its license for LEAP engine sales to China, stating this will allow them to sell LEAP 1C engines to China for 4 more years. Air France-KLM has slashed capacity by more than a third and will run a skeleton operation for the rest of April and May. Aviation cancels its order of 75 Boeing 737 MAX jets, stating they remain committed to the aircraft type. Coronavirus is the cause of the drawn order. Europe's airports are on track to lose more than 1 billion passengers this year, a 35% decline of last year. The ACI of Europe, a trade body, estimates that the airports will suffer between a 23 billion and 29 billion euro downfall. Despite COVID-19, Airbus Helicopters continues to work on its Racer helicopter, a hybrid between an aircraft and a helicopter. The original test flight was scheduled for this year, but now that it is scheduled to fly by late 2021. The NTSB has released its report for November 145 Golf Tango operated by Conquest Air. The Convair C-131B crashed into the Atlantic in February 2019. The NTSB has listed the first officer's failure to challenge the captain as one of the main causes of the crash. The cargo flight operated on February 8, 2019 from Nassau Linden Piddling International in the Bahamas to Miami Opa-locka experienced prop pitch issues on the outbound to Nassau, resulting in the propeller being stuck at 2,400 RPM. Unsuccessful to notify maintenance once in Nassau due to difficulties contacting maintenance, the captain reset engine control upon engine restart. After takeoff, as the aircraft was climbing through 4,000 feet, the pitch stopped working and power was inadvertently increased to 2,700 RPM. The captain then leveled the plane at 4,500 feet, which is in VFR altitude, after taking control from the first officer. The captain decided to continue the flight. However, the first officer suggested they return, though the captain elected to continue. The first officer did not challenge the captain due to extensive experience on the captain's behalf. On descent, the right engine surged and lost power. Not very long after, the left engine surged and lost power. The aircraft crashed 32 nautical miles east of Opa-locka. The captain perished while the first officer survived and was rescued by the Coast Guard. The cause of the engine failure is not known due to the engines never being recovered. EasyJet has moved its order of 24 Airbus jets to later this year all the way out to 2022. This changes their previous strategy of taking in 10 new aircraft this year, 12 in 2021 and 2 in 2022, with no new aircraft being received in 2021. EasyJet also has the option of moving 5 more aircraft being delivered to 2022. On April 10th, Boeing has announced that they are to resume Washington State work as early as 13th of April, focusing on defense programs, especially the P-8 and KC-46 tankers. Moses Lake is also to reopen in regards to the 737 MAX storage for Boeing. The Antonov 225 Myra is now being used for COVID-19 flights. After being reconfigured on April 11th, the aircraft took to the skies and is now being deployed to Europe. That's all for this half week of Aviation News. Please tune back in on Thursday for more aviation.